Hello again, Quidabble here with my free-to-play Kale account. Today, what I thought I might go over with you today is what armors to keep and which armors to sell. When you get in here, you can see I just sold a little bit, but I've been getting too much armor. You know, I'm doing the dragon, I'm trying to work forward, and I got all this armor here that I'm working toward and for points for the tournaments and the events. So I was going to go over to you with some guidelines on what you might do to get rid of which armors to keep and which armors to sell. So first thing I like to do is I like to filter out, and this account is well past level 50 obviously, so I like to go in and I like to find any armor that has defense points, attack points, or HP points. Now I just got done selling them, so they're gone, but that's the ones I would sell first, because these ones I want percentages. I do want percentages. So that would be the first thing I would say. And then the second thing I would say is you should have a number, 5, 4, 7, whatever you feel is necessary to meet your needs. But obviously epic are greater than rares, and legendaries are better than epics. But when it comes down to it, you need to keep yourself a good supply of armor, so when you get those new champions, you have a vast amount to stock them with. So for me, I always keep speed boots. So here's a pair of speed boots, and then as you go through, now I know all the other uncommons won't be speed, and then you can see this isn't speed, but this one is speed, so I keep all my speed boots. So one of the items I recommend you keep in all categories is speed boots. So you can see I don't even have a pair of speed boots down here. I'm using them, and that's one of the ones I use the most is speed boots. Another thing you could look at is if you're in the attack group, you shouldn't need defense percent, because it's not going to, I mean, not that it wouldn't do any good, but you're probably trying to increase the attack percent since you're using an attack percent set. So like this one I would keep. This one is questionable, but I'll keep it right now because it does have a speed substat and HP, another good armor. But sometimes you just got to put on what you got, and you want some good choices. And then, of course, this defense one. I'm tempted to keep it for right now because it has a speed. But then again, I'm never going to put it on a champion that's damage is based on attack. So I'll probably get rid of that one. I never get rid of my last one, even though it says defense percent. For some odd reason, the other sets I might choose. So you don't want to get rid of your last one. But I'll go through these, and like this one, I'm not using this. This account is level 60. I'm never going to use this defense percent, but I will use that attack percent, obviously. So there's one thing to do. Another thing to look at is how many do you have of each type. So here I say 5. This is a good primary stat. I say 5, and then you can look and say, okay, well, I've got 6 helmets. Okay, so I need to get rid of one. So which ones do I get rid of? And this has an attack points. Okay, I kind of frown on those. And this one here has speed. I want to keep that one. This one has speed. Even though it has attack points, it has speed. I want to keep attack as a substat. That could go up by 10 more points if I get lucky when I'm upgrading it to give me plus 15 on my speed. Plus then I can put a glyph into it. I look at this one, good percentages. So here another speed one, and then of course the top one with attack. Now I might be willing to get rid of this one, so that would get me down to 4, but my rule for this one up here, I'm going to say 5. And then I have all these shields. So then I go through and I say, oh, that's got a speed substat. This one has accuracy and HP. So I want to take a good look at the ones I have. Crit rate is another good one to get. Accuracy and HP. Now see that one, if you need high accuracy, that's fine, but the HP substat doesn't do anything for me, so I will get rid of that one. Accuracy and crit damage. Then you get into these. Some good percentage on the bottom. All percentages and a resist, that's good. Speed, great. HP, accuracy, that's great. So I'm going to use this over one of these down below. And because I'm keeping a rule of 5, then it would be okay to say, okay, well, what about this one? Yeah, I'll go ahead and get rid of it. So that gets me down to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I take another look. I want to keep the speed substats. There's an accuracy and HP. I could probably get rid of that one. And then I look over here and I got that crit rate and HP. Do I have a higher one with crit rate? And I do have this one up here that's crit rate. And there's a crit damage with an HP. So you can see now I got down to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And all the substats are ones that I'm interested in keeping. So then of course you hit sell and then you sell them. And this is another good way to occasionally clean out. Now I need to get this down. So I'm going to cruise through here and give you one more example. Now also remember, since we had so many upgrade sets, yeah, it's great having this life set, an offensive set and defensive set, but you can now in the Forge make all these. So you come down here and you look at fatal attack percent, just like your attack up above, but I also get a crit rate. So this is much better than the ones up above, but you have to forge these with materials from the Doom Tower. And I look at these and I say, oh, that's a defense. I'm probably not going to use it. But right now I have so few of these that I'm tempted to keep them just in case. And then I look at this one and I have attack percent. So I will go ahead and get rid of one of these other ones. It's got a speed substat. It's got attack and HP. So between the two of them, I'm probably going to go for that speed set. So I'll go ahead and sell that one. And then I look at the helmets, or excuse me, the shields. And again, I'm looking for substats I'd want to keep. But having a couple of each is a good rule of thumb, even if they're not the right ones, because you never know what you might need. You might need a defensive set, or maybe the statistics are based off attack and defense for damage. So perception is like accuracy. So if you're keeping a lot of accuracy sets and a lot of perception sets, you're keeping too many of the same idea, and these are much better. So when I go up here and I look at my accuracy set, I look up here and I go, wow, look how many I have, but I have all those perception ones down below. So I'm just over populating myself down here. Now remember, I like to keep the speed boots for sure, but here's a defensive one with attack and accuracy. Why would I want both of those? So then I click over to the next one. There's one with an attack with a crit damage and crit rate. So then you start going through these, and I say, oh, defense points, get rid of that one. HP, attack, and defense, that's probably not too bad. But then you have to start balancing yourself out. I don't need 15 pieces of armor here. So what I might do is go down and say, okay, well, I want to get the ones that keep the top of these. So I like resistance, I like accuracy, but I can get rid of these blues. I can get rid of all these rare blues. That's another way to look at it. It's like I don't need to keep all these rare. So I keep the speeds ones, but then I go through and I say, okay, well, I don't need to keep all of these. Even if they're 6-star, I don't need to keep them all, because when I sell them, now you can see, okay, well, now I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But also you got to remember, you come down here and I've got another 1, 2, 3, and these are legendary and epic. So obviously I want to choose these over the other ones. And then the resilience is like a life set or a defensive set. So you can see I've got 5 helmets right here. Well, that probably means that I don't need to have so many helmets of life or so many helmets of defense. You know, I keep the ones I've leveled up, and then I can look at them and say, okay, well, accuracy and resistance, that's pretty good. But then why am I keeping this when I have a rare down below? So you want to balance out between those two. And then here's your defensive set, and I'll cruise down here and I say, okay, well, I've only got one weapon, so I probably need to keep the 5 weapons in the defense set just for chances. And a crit rate attack, I probably don't need that attack percent, because if I'm putting it on a defensive champion, it's a waste of time. I'll never use this. And over here, accuracy and resistance, not bad. Remember, I only have one weapon down below. Attack and speed, good. Accuracy and crit rate, not bad. This one I kept with high HPs, crit rate and crit damage. Here's attack percent. Even though it's epic, why would I want to keep that? Because I don't want that stat to go on a champion that is defense orientated. So I'll go ahead and get rid of that one, and then I'll look at this one, and again it has attack percent. I haven't used it. I'm level 60. It's a great piece of armor, but why would I want to waste a good substat and then 3 good upgrades? What if they all go to attack? Well, then this would be better on an attack champion, but why would I use a defense percent increase? So there's some more I could sell, and again, you're just making money. And that's what you want to do. You want to go back and forth and balance out. There's so many new sets of armor now that you can forge. The Swift Parry is a great set. I've got it on a few of my champions. And then, of course, these are the ones that you would get from either classic arena chests, or from the possibly some of these would come from your clan boss chests. Another great source for that. So here's another life set. Here's another HP life set. Why would I want to? And divine offense. Here's another group of attack percent 15%. So the ones I decide to keep up at the top, they have to be good. So if I look at this offensive set, I've got 3 other sets down below. Why am I keeping these items when, you know, this is a rank 5 crit rate, crit damage? It's still here. You know, I'm holding on to it, but when I come down here and I go, oh, okay, well, here's offense for weapons. Well, that one's pretty good. Plus, it gives me a self shield, great in the arena. Well, I think that's been long enough for this tip, and I just want to help you choose which armors to sell and which armors to keep. And you got to stay below that 1,000, so then you can collect the new stuff. And this is also a great way to get some silver from occasional time. I hope this video was helpful. Have a good one.